Hello, my name is Fenna. Welcome to Following Fenna. I am a certified coach and counselor, and I work with people in a limerent episode and also with their partner. Now, a lot of my clients who are in a limerent episode describe having a sexless marriage. We describe unfulfillment in the sexual connection with our partner, while simultaneously we want to jump on allo, meaning the other person, even when we just think about them. Why is that? Why does this create limerence? And what can we do about that? Either you are no longer turned on by your partner, or there are other reasons why you are not so intimate anymore. That doesn't mean that you don't miss this, maybe. Maybe you feel rejected by a partner and you also miss it. Sometimes the two partners no longer care to be intimate that much with each other, but they can still miss this. And sometimes other things are in the way or at play, and some people describe lacking of good techniques of their partner, of lacking of hygiene of their spouse, or just being too tired. There are several reasons why we don't jump in bed with so much excitement anymore with our spouse. And sometimes there is lack of communication, what you actually prefer. Maybe you prefer something else in bed. And sometimes there's also a difference in libido. And a difference in libido is something that I see and I hear a lot with my clients in my practice. In any case, sometimes, whatever the reason, your needs are not being met. And having unfulfilled needs, like the missing of sex, the missing of being intimate, the excitement, feeling alive, feeling young, desired, beautiful, masculine, feminine, or just to enjoy your body again, makes us very vulnerable for limerence. Because limerence strikes very hard when there are suppressed and unfulfilled needs, when your needs are not being met. And limerence doesn't care for what reason. I've heard clients state that they completely rediscovered their body and they wanted to be intimate with their LO 24/7, while on the other hand not caring to have sex with their spouse. So what's the difference between having sex with a LO whom we want to jump on 24/7 and having sex with our long-term partner? Well, the first one is what we call spontaneous arousal, and the other one is what we call reactive arousal. With LO, we just have to see them, or not even. We just have to think about them, even the idea about them, or just the touch of one little finger on our hand can give us immediate, spontaneous arousal, and we are ready to go. While in our relationship, and that is with anyone that we are together with for a longer period of time, it's normal. But this requires reactive arousal. We don't get all excited by just thinking about them. We need stimuli like touching, stroking, foreplay, etc. And we humans are pretty lazy. We're lazy creatures, so reactive arousal seems like so much more work than the spontaneous arousal, and we love the spontaneous arousal. We don't want to work for 20 minutes to even get to any kind of arousal. We prefer the quick fix. So that is one reason we love spontaneous arousal. And the hormones create the spontaneous arousal. Another reason why we want to jump on a LO instead of our own spouse is because limerence fuels on unsafety. That means there are obstacles in our bond with a LO. That's the whole reason why we are limerence. Limerence means there is unsafety in the bond. Our nervous system cannot form a safe enough bond with the other person. So we use sex to feel close to them, to feel the oxygen, to calm our nerve system down, to feel safe and connected. And then we force a bond in some cases. And the sex can be absolutely fantastic when the relationship is not so safe. In order to get emotional connection, we use sex / aka hormones to feel okay, even for a moment during the sex. So the dysregulation in our hormones that we have during limerence can be fixed for a short period of time with sex with a low, and we feel connected and we feel calm in a situation where we usually don't feel safe. And then of course we have the novelty, and all these factors play a role in why we want to have sex with our LO and not so much with our spouse. Okay, so now what? Well, what people describe what they love in affairs is feeling alive and the newness. Newness excites. And although it sounds a little bit like an open book, by doing new things with your partner, it really helps. Nothing kills off attraction like a Netflix routine every evening. New adventures, new projects, new places, new things that you two have never done. And I'm pretty sure that some of you will think, yeah, right, Fenna, like as if going bungee jumping with my husband will bring my attraction back. But feelings do change. Feelings change all the time, they really do. And we people tend to forget that all the time. When we feel a certain way, we think we're sure that we're going to feel like this forever. But feelings change, and it is proven that couples who do new things together describe a higher level of attraction. And the next thing you can do, of course, is talk about this. If there is one thing that limerence likes, is when we walk around with secrets and unexpressed emotions. Limerence feeds off that. Talk about what it is you miss, and talk about what it is you want. And also realize that having reactive sex is completely normal. Even if you would end up with a LO, and I know you don't believe me, but even if you would end with a LO, you would be with LO, you also would have reactive sex after a while. It's normal. Not a lot of people still jump through hoops to have a quickie with someone they have been together with for years. Now I'm also realistic. I know that sometimes talking will not work, and maybe you've already tried so many things. And you just know that no matter what, your partner will not change or your libido will not change, and it's time to admit that maybe your relationship has had the best years and it's time to leave the relationship instead of having affairs and having your needs met through going out of the relationship. And I see quite some clients who have a higher sex drive than their partner, and they go out, or they just lost attractions, and they try to get their needs fulfilled by having affair, sometimes with knowing of the other partner, sometimes in secret. And they end up in one limerent episode after the other. So instead of being out of integrity, take a look on what is going on. Why are you in limerence, and what needs are not being fulfilled? And can the sex be restored in your marriage? At least address this. Addressing problems is what protects us from limerence. Maybe you need to have a hard talk, to see a relationship therapist, but staying in limerence will for sure not improve your sex life. When you are in limerence, everything gets worse. Your marriage will get worse. Your sex life with your spouse gets worse. your mood will get worse. Even though limerence feels great in the beginning, it's not a stable state. That means that it will always make you feel worse, and everything around you will get worse. I've heard clients say in the beginning of limerence, like, oh, but I feel so great. I'm even nicer. I'm so in love with my hello. I'm even more cuddly and nicer to my husband or to my wife. Well, that's in the beginning, maybe, when you're so pumped up, full of, the hormones. But limerence, like I said, is not a stable state. It will always deteriorate. It will always make you feel worse, and everything around you will get worse. So getting out of the limerence fog will improve your marriage, will improve your sex life probably, but it also gives you a chance to have a clear view on what is going on. Why are you in limerence? What needs are not being fulfilled? And then you can make a decision. Okay, maybe it's time to end my relationship so I can be with somebody else who can give me a fulfilled sex life and a safe connection. Or you can do something to address this and work on the marriage and work on your sex life. If you want my help for one-on-one coaching, please contact me on followingfenna.com, and I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye.